Hey everybody, this is Kenny Cummins here, keeping the first day of spring vibes going with my next guest. Let me just say, this lady put together such a marvelous album, and
Thank you.
it is titled Valiant Woman. If you love some New Orleans-esque music, the jazzy, groovy, like a gumbo type of feels, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You're gonna love this album, and this lady, with so many talented musicians, put this project together. I am joined with Jenn Howard. She's with me right now. Good afternoon, Miss Howard.
good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for having me.
So good to have you, and we definitely gonna dive in on this project.
All right.
When I heard it, when I gave it a listen, I was intrigued. I was very mesmerized with
Well,
this
good.
project. So it was it fits the soul. It hit my soul right here.
That makes me
So
very happy. Mission accomplished.
yes, mission accomplished indeed. So Jen, talk about how you got into music.
I've been singing my whole life. I wrote my first song in the fourth grade. My music teacher, wrote the music, made my, first sheet music for me. I came in and sang the song to her. It's just always been the only thing I ever wanted to do. It's probably the only thing I do really well. I do parallel park. That's the other thing I do well. Everything else is up in the air. Um, but I've always been playing music and writing. I don't play an instrument. Please excuse me. I sing. That is my instrument. That is my only instrument. And I've been fortunate enough to write music and play with some really wonderful people. I started a band in high school called Project NIM, and we were together for about 5 years. We wrote 3 records together, and 3 of the members of that band went on to be in a band called The National, that is very widely popular and wonderful. I'm so happy for them. I moved home to New Orleans and kind of put music on the back burner for a while. I was really saddened by the breakup, and it took me a really long time to get back into it. And I wrote another record with some friends here in town in 2009, and that gave me sort of the clout to get some good players that wanted to join me on stage. And I've had the same bands now for, gosh, I've been playing with my guitar player for I think 18 years, almost 20 years. And my bass player and saxophonist have been with me for at least 12 to 15. And I took my time getting here, but I was ready to make this record, and I'm glad to hear that it hits your soul, because that really was what I was after.
You know what you was doing with that album. You knew exactly what you was doing. I'm hearing song, song, song.
Yeah.
This woman, she's on to something, man, with this record. Valiant Woman. And with this being Woman History Month, it's quite fitting to have a lady of you know, your talent, of your grace, of your passion to be on this show, and on this very first day of spring.
That's
Um,
right.
so I hope
Rebirth for all of us.
yes, rebirth indeed.
Yeah.
So, Valiant Woman
Valiant
is
women,
her.
women plural, all women.
Yeah, Valiant Woman is her latest project. It is getting a lot of good reviews, and it is available on all the platforms right now. So before I get into the album, you've mentioned you've played in numerous places in New Orleans. Of course, New Orleans, people know it for football, people know it for the jazz, people are just all sorts of talented musicians. for so many years and decades. One of my favorite New Orleans acts is a band called Shawa.
Yes,
I've seen
indeed.
them. I saw them at a festival a couple years ago in my city, Lexington, Kentucky. They are phenomenal.
They are
New
indeed.
Orleans is just an incredible. How would you describe the music that is out there in the city for what you have heard? How would you describe the music, the atmosphere, just everything that happens musically in New Orleans?
New Orleans is all about being vibrant and being alive and being resilient. We are very good at being resilient. And I think that our music reflects that. You know, it's funny because I think for a long time I wrote nothing but kind of sad and angst-ridden music. And I really tried in this project to bring more life and positivity to it. I think that New Orleans is a great example of rejoicing in whatever way that may look like to anybody in particular. But for us, we do second lines for absolutely everything. There's a second line for celebrating weddings. We second line at funerals. We second line every Sunday. We second line, we dance in the street. We drink too much. We eat too much, and we hug a lot. We make sure to kiss everybody at the grocery store. Everything has horns behind it. There are drums in the street, happy people dancing. And that's literally what we live for here, is having a good time, rejoicing, and celebrating one another. And I do believe that our music very much reflects that.
So I can co-sign this, what she's saying, because I've visited New Orleans probably a couple of years after Hurricane Katrina. My family went there for a family vacation. My family loves to travel to these big name cities, and New Orleans is right up there. So we went there for a couple of days. So I think it was a week longer vacation. So I was a Saints fan. So I was like, yes, I'm in. So we went there, going through the grocery shop, going through downtown Bourbon Street in the afternoon, not at night, afternoon.
Yeah.
Anyone that knows that particular street, they know why. But this it's just such a vibrant city. It's a very
Yes.
fun, loving city.
Yes.
They take pride of the music, and just everywhere you go, especially downtown, you're gonna hear some music somewhere. If you make that corner, you're gonna hear some drums, you're gonna hear the horns, you're gonna hear all sorts of instruments.
Yes.
So if you are in for a musical experience, you go to New Orleans. If you're into some gumbo, good food, Popeyes, things
Yeah,
like
and let me
that.
tell you, you only eat Popeyes here because I don't know what it is, but the Popeyes in other places doesn't taste like it does here. So just make sure to come in town and eat the Popeyes here. Okay.
Yeah, the
Trust me, I've
food.
tried it in other places. I was homesick and I wanted it. I'm like, this is not our chicken.
Yeah, I think the New Orleans got that flavor, and
Oh yeah.
whatever flavor they gave to everyone else, it doesn't.
Yeah, they must have kept out some sort of secret ingredient. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So I live in Lexington, Kentucky. We just had a Popeyes like 4 or 5 years ago, and that is always a long line.
Oh, of course.
So it's even with the pandemic and the whole restrictions and everything, like people could even go inside, social distancing reasons per se. So you have better luck trying to get to the drive through very early in the morning or
That's
something
right.
just to get the food. Um, I love me some Popeyes.
Me too.
So
It's Mardi
I
Gras
mean,
food.
yeah, Mardi Gras indeed.
That's right.
So New Orleans, such a wonderful city.
Thank you.
If you want to visit it, please do. So just go, just enjoy the music, just enjoy the food, and enjoy the kisses. I guess like she
That's
said,
right. We love.
that it's a very loving city, and they do take pride of sports.
That's right. Who
Like
dat?
like this particular team that
That's
is,
right.
I think is going to bounce back this coming season. I'm cool with Derek Carr.
Yes.
Looking to, and here's the thing with Derek Carr. He comes from the AFC West, the same division that Drew Brees came from when he left the Chargers.
Yes.
And maybe maybe we might get another 10, 15 years out of Drew. Derek, I should say. He looks like he's embraced the city. And he's embraced the city and the franchise, and he's very eager of ready to put that jersey on and get into that Superdome and lead the Who Dat chant.
That's right.
So
We're looking forward to it.
So and we're in the worst division football. So we gotta get back to the playoffs and do something.
That's right.
That's all I can ask is make the Tom Brady's not there anymore. Tom Brady's done.
Thank
So
goodness.
the Falcons, they are rebuilding. The Panthers got the #1 pick. Now Andy Dalton signed with the Panthers now. So he's gonna be back up to whoever the #1 pick is. But that we should make the playoffs next year, regardless. That's all I can say.
That's right.
So this album.
Yes, sir.
I fell in love with it. Valiant Woman is available on all the platforms right now. And I went through this album. I listened to I think the entire album multiple times. I love the microphone track. I fell in love with it. Better than you think.
Yes, sir.
This is such an incredible project. So talk about what was it like recording this record and what made you decide to name it Valiant Woman?
Well, it's Valiant Women, plural, lots, all women. I named it Valiant Women because I wrote the title track of this record 24 years ago in Colorado. I was going through a really tough time, and I just left my last band. My stepmother was also going through a difficult time. She had lost a child and at term, and my first sister. And so we went out to Colorado for the summer, and we decided to heal there. And I wrote this song that was really just about, finding your strength and moving forward. And I just sort of felt like it was appropriate for this album and what I wanted to say. And, I'm a mother of two. I've been playing music my whole life. But I've been playing covers for a long time now, just in New Orleans, which a lot of people do. And it's fine to do that. There are plenty of people here that want to come out and listen to songs that they already know. But something just hit me a few years ago. I have a 7-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son. I've been married for almost 10 years now. And I just got, coming straight out of the lyrics from Better Than You Think, I got swept up. I got swept up in them. I got swept up in him. And I think that that's something that happens to a lot of us. And I went to a music festival and I was really inspired by all of the women music there. And it made me think back to this song that I had written so many years ago. And I thought, all of a sudden I was ready to write something, and I felt like I had something to say. And it's not just for women, but it's for anyone who wants to be a better version of themselves, that wants to love themselves more, that wants to give themselves a break, that wants to learn how to say you're sorry better, that wants to learn how to let people go that you still love, but you can no longer have in your life. I wanted to make a record that empowered me to become a better human being and to be proud of myself and to realize my own worth. And so there was no better song to represent that for me than Valiant Women. And that is why I decided to name the record that.
Definitely, with this project, it's really put together project. Very passionate album.
Thank you.
And you're gonna get your groove on, go dance to it. Look, it's a New Orleans-esque album right here.
Yeah, we got horns.
So, yeah, gotta have the horns.
I gotta have the horns.
Gotta have some elements of instruments.
Yes.
So this is such an incredible project.
Thank you.
Go check it out. It is available on all digital music platforms, and go check out Jenn. She's also going to be performing at some shows. So where in New Orleans you got coming up as far as performances and shows? Where are you going to be performing at eventually?
I got a lot going on this spring. I would say some of my biggest shows this spring. I mean, my biggest show this spring is I'm playing Jazz Fest. And for me, that's huge. I was born and raised here in New Orleans. And this will be the first time I'm ever playing the festival. And it's a dream, a lifelong dream of mine. So I will be playing at the festival on Thursday, May the 4th. And then just after that, we'll be playing at Gasa Gasa with two other wonderful women musicians, Daria and the Hip Drops, and my good friend Daphne Parker Powell. We will be joining forces and putting on a show at Gasa Gasa on May the 15th, Wednesday, May the 15th, I believe it is. And then we will be at Chikiwawa on Thursday, June 1st. Those are the big ones. Those are the ones where I'm going to have the whole band, the whole shebang. You know, we do a lot of these smaller shows too that are just, you know, guitar and vocal. But, you know, my favorite way to present this record is with all of the elements. And that's 9 people on stage.
Check out all these shows. Jazz Fest, that's a dream come true.
It is a dream come true, sir.
So it's look, if you're a New Orleans performer and you want to really get to that home crowd atmosphere stage, Jazz Fest is the way to go.
That's right.
And, so Jenn will be performing there for the first time, and you know, get your dancing shoes ready. Get your dancing shoes. You know,
that's right. We got to bring out that microphone.
The microphone. Get your thing. Make sure your feelings are intact, because you're gonna feel some type of way too. This is an awesome time. And shout out to Daphne, because that is how I heard your record.
That's right.
Her.
That's right.
She's been a good friend of mine for the last 5-6 years.
She's wonderful, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a very loving woman.
Yes, she is.
She performs everywhere.
Everywhere.
All over the country.
She's leaving for Connecticut tomorrow morning. She's got more energy than I ever will.
She's been in my city, in Lexington, Kentucky, twice. I last saw her this past December, I believe, where it was really, really cold. But when I heard she was coming to the city, I had to come through and support. I love when visitors come to Lexington, that people that travel to these shows, and I am an advocate for supporting local music and independent music. I'm just very intrigued to see who's out there performing and having to talk to these musicians. It's fun, you know. Supporting independent music is fun. I wish more people would do it, but it's something that brings a lot of joy to my life, and it's because of artists like yourself.
Thank you so much.
that I keep going to these shows, that I keep listening to this music, and I enjoy independent music. It's a wonderful feeling, and I wouldn't want it any other way. So just thank you, Jen, for
Thank you,
such
sir.
an incredible project. Valiant woman, as
Yeah,
in plural.
that's
She
right.
likes to point out.
That's right.
It's Woman History Month. Shout out to all the women that has made history, not just in March, but just every day, 365.
Every day.
And
You
my
know what, sir?
mom,
We're all valiant, not just the women. In this day and age, in the world we live in, we all got to be valiant just to wake up and walk out the door in the morning, you know? So this record is for everyone.
absolutely. So thank you, Jen, for your
Thank you.
time. Continued success with this project and with your upcoming shows, including Jazz Fest. You can check out Jen's website actually at JennHowardBand.com. That's Jen with two N's,
Yes, sir.
HowardBand.com.
Yes, sir.
And go check out the album as well. Microphone. I love that song. I
That's
love
with
that.
Ivan Neville, you know. That's Ivan Neville on that track. Did you know that?
Oh no, I did not. Now I do know.
That is
Man,
Ivan Neville. He is playing the keys and he's singing with me. That's who that is.
shout out to Mike. Shout out to him.
He's
Indeed.
a good one.
Real one indeed. So
That's
you
right.
enjoy your Monday, you enjoy your week ahead, and
Thank you.
thanks again for your time and congrats on the album and everything.
I appreciate you so much. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you. You have a good night and who dat?
Who that, baby?
Take care. All
Bye,
right.
babe.
Bye bye.